Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my channel, everybody. So I am so excited that I finished Paper Pumpkin. Now I have time to do something I've been saving a certain package of DSP paper for. I have the perfect opportunity to do this, and I found the perfect book to do this. The DSP is called Enjoy the Journey from Stampin' Up! So you're going to see some of the papers. Anyways, I saved this package of DSP specifically to do something like this with. I mean, I used like a tiniest bit. That's all I've used out of it. So it has this print, it has the Starry Sky. This one, I plan on using that side, by the way. Oh, this one's great too. I mean, that could be Christmas, but some of you may still have some. It was a free celebration item a couple years ago. There's that one. There's this one. This is the one we're going to be using. So, what am I doing? You're wondering. Well, I am doing a little scrapbook that for my daughter and grandson's trip to Yellowstone. Yay! Okay, so it's called Enjoy the Journey DSP. And guess what we're going to call this journal? Just guess. Yeah, we're going to call it Enjoy the Journey. I've got all my letters from the Alphabet a la Mode die set, which I absolutely love. Alphabet a la Mode dies. There's one sheet. Here's the other, and I'm not putting these away because I'll be using these throughout this scrapbook journal. What else are we using? We're going to be using black, and I'm going to do, let me show you. I got this for $2 at the thrift store. So I took off the little sticker down here. We're going to pull this out. We can add it back later. Just cut off the knots. I can add it later back to it. So I'm just going to put it up there for now. So this folds open and you have these great chipboard pieces here. Now I plan on doing a few little like fold outs in tuck pockets that they can get postcards, maybe, you know, map of Yellowstone. They can keep all of that in this little book. So I think it's great. And for $2, I couldn't pass it up. So I want to show you something else. Now, I also have these in my stash. Not all who wander are lost. Look deep into nature and you will understand everything better. Make new discoveries. Absolutely have to use that one. I love this one too. Go where you feel most alive. And this is state for state parks. This one actually, there is a Yellowstone one. So we are going to be using this one, the national parks, state parks, Enjoy national parks. So I'm going to be using some of these also. Oh, there was more. There is more. Look at that. So anyways, I just absolutely love it. So we are going to be using these as well. But first, this is going to be a several part video. First thing we're going to do is I love this craft-like look. That's the best I can compare it to. We are going to be using that as part of our matting. But what I want to do is just about everything is going to be matted in black. And then also my photo layouts will be matted in black. And that way when she comes home, we can go print out the photos and tuck them in this book. So we need to measure, right? Because the only thing I've prepped are the letters. So I want, let me take a look. That looks pretty good. So that, I need a new metal ruler. Okay, so about a ½ inch. If I pull it farther, that's going to get kind of small if I do but a ½ inch to there. I think I'm going to do a ½ inch all the way from this point, a ½ inch, and a ½ inch here. So now we get to measure, right? So this book measures, oh, of course it can't be an even number. We're going to call it 8.5. I mean, I have it just a hair in. So 8.5, a 1/4 inch around this way is going to bring it to 8. So I need, look at, there's my Tic Tac measurements, right? So we need to write down, it is 8.5, which leads me to, it's going to be a 1/4 inch on each side though. It's going to equal to 8. And then this way, it is 10. So yeah, it's going to be, let's just say it's, of course, it just won't be right. We're going to go from the circles, and that's going to be 10 5/8. So it's 10 5/8. This is where I'm cutting. These are what my measurements will be. So 10 5/8. Let's go back a 1/4 inch. So this is 5/8. There's a 1/4 inch. Another one would be 10 1/8. So I need to cut my black. Hopefully this helps you guys, show you how to figure out things. 8 by 10 1/8. That's the measure for my black piece. This is for the front of my book. So everybody's book would be different if you're doing something similar to this. It depends on what your book is. Like I said, I got mine at a great deal. I got it at the thrift store. I saw that and I saw $2, $1.99. I was like, mine, mine, mine. Okay. Yes. So this is what my black piece needs to be. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it at 10 1/8. So I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but this is 10. This is 1/8. There we go. This can be used for something else. When I get to the letters, I'm going to show you just how many scraps I use. So there's 10 1/8. 10 1/8 by 8. Now let's take a look at it before we go any farther. Even this here, that strip, will cut out things. So look at that. That's perfect. Perfect, perfect. Now you're going to say, oh my goodness, what is she going to do about that string? I'm not sure yet. We'll wait till we get to it. So this is for the front. I shouldn't have made my letters so big. Now that's for the black. For my DSP, it will be 7.5 by, let's count backwards. It should be like 9 7/8. Where's that ruler? So here's 10 1/8. Oops. It's going to be 9 5/8. 9 5/8. That's my DSP. That gives me, again, a 1/4 inch all the way around the side. So let's go ahead and grab my DSP I decided for the cover. I was having a hard time deciding, and I wish I could have. See, I have that piece and this with the sunset and the mountains. I was like, oh my gosh, they're so pretty. But, and then, do I give her the purple mountains? Because that's my favorite color. I think not. I think we're going to leave some of the purple for the sky and use these mountains. Though the purple would be my choice just because that's me. So now we're going to cut it. I'm going to cut it this way first to fit here. Okay, that's the way we're going to cut. We're going to cut it this way because I want to center this in the center, so it's going to take a little maneuvering. But my first cut's going to be at 7.5. And I still have purple mountains. Just a little haze up there. So next, I want to bring my black piece in. See, this, it is just as off to the side. I want it centered. So it looks like I want to cut probably 1/8 inch off of this side and then do it, look at it. So let's do 1/4 inch. That's going to get me really well into it. So next, we know that it needs to be at 9 and what did I say? 5/8. So let's get it to 9. 5/8 is right there. And cut. I'm not throwing any of this stuff away, guys. This is a great addition to something. I just haven't come up with it yet. So let's take a look. Look how perfect that is. That looks beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, the other problem is I need to make sure that this piece has holes in it. So I'm going to set it down. And I'm going to get some binders clips because I want my holes to be nice. And I might actually put grommets in it if I can get that done. All right, so right about there. And I'm going to hold the DSP in place. And hopefully this works. This is, you know, me just creating on the fly here. I need something to go in there. Pokey tool will make it. So I'm going to... Let's put this down, and I'm going to poke a hole into, well, it might help if I don't have all these needles sticking out of it. My dry erase marker. Yes, you could use your Stamp and Pierce mat, but I don't like it. I've done that, and it ruined it, kind of. All right, so one hole. Two. There we go. Our holes are in place. Now, this is before all the gluing begins, right? Now what I'm going to do is glue this one to this one. And then from the back, I can re-puncture holes. And I really do believe I'm going to put some grommets in it. Some eyelets, whatever you guys want to call them. So let's get this glued together. Trying to think of what is going to be the best thing to glue this down with. I'm almost thinking I'm going to use Mod Podge. I was going to use tacky glue, but I have a little bottle of Mod Podge. Let me grab a little tray. I will be Mod Podging the, okay. Another thing, you guys, from the dollar store, right? This is one of those little cutting board things in that section. Really good for using glue. I need a brush and I need some water. Now, I brought my little jar of water out here and now I've promptly lost it. All right, we'll do it this way. I just need to get the paintbrush wet. I'm gonna be making a mess. I got a lot more water than I need. Okay. And my towel is nowhere. Oh, I know where it is. The towel that will never be washed. It will go in garbage. Okay, got the paintbrush wet. Now we're going to squirt some Mod Podge in there. And this is what's going to adhere. Ooh, that paintbrush is really way too wet. Too wet. It's going to make my paper icky. So I just put it in the towel here like this and I squeeze really good. It's still damp, but I had way too much water in there. Let's suck up some of that water. Don't need all the water. And now I'm going to have Mod Podge on me. That's much better. It will dry. It will be fine. if I could just squirt Mod Podge onto the paper and then smear it around. Pretend you're a famous artist and you know what you're doing. You know, you're just... I'm acting like a child, yes. I am just having a good time. All the way to the edge. Now I'm going to move all of this away. My black paper. My mountain scene. Oh my gosh, I'm surprised that went down like that. That is amazing. Okay. How are we looking? Looking excellent. I am like, it was meant to be. Yes, there's a little excess coming out of the sides. But I want to make sure I go over it with the bone folder so there's no bubbles. Once I get my lettering in place, see, like right here, there's not enough glue in there. So I'm going to take the brush and get some glue in there. I can see now I need to do that along this edge. Now, if I wasn't going to cover the whole thing in Mod Podge, I wouldn't be doing this, but since I am, I just want to go along the edge. All right. Believe it or not, I'm so excited about this. All right, so now we see our little holes right here, right? So I'm going to puncture them again, just lightly. Right, there's my holes. And we're going to need the crocodile. Well, nope, my crocodile is not going to get that done. So guess what, guys? We're going to go really old school here. I found this at the thrift store. When I was scrapbooking, I had one of these. And I found this at a thrift store. It was like $8. And I was like, oh my gosh, honey, I have got to have this. I said, do you remember what I did with mine? I took it to California on an airplane. I got there just fine with it. But as it was in a carry-on bag on the way home, they wouldn't allow me to bring it home. They made me get rid of the pokey tool, the pliers. I got to keep the needles and the hammer. But the pokey tool, the pliers, they made me throw in the garbage or mail to myself, and I didn't have time to do it. And it was like absolutely insanity. It was like the hammer could do serious damage, people. So I'm putting this little mat under here, and we're going to get these change places. So if you ever see one of these at, you know, the thrift store, you'll know what this is used for. Come on, get out of there. That is not the right size, so we need to change it up, and let's find some eyelets. I don't know, that's what I call them. I think that size is going to do the trick, and I have, where did they go? I have a big box full of, there they are. I got these at the thrift store too. Yes. I know it's going to bow like that, but once it's onto its actual thing, it won't be. I got all 4 of these cases for, what does it say? For $5, and they had like tons of these. So now I get a chance to use them. And let's see. They all have the same colors in them. I'm just gonna, they all are basically the same. So I got 3 cases of the same thing. Divots is 200 eyelets. I need to put them all. So they don't have black. Let's see about this blue. That kind of looks like it would go with it. Or we could go with this purple. But I don't want that one either. We could go with the white. I think we're going to do white. It'll be less noticeable. So unfortunately, this is going to make some noise, guys. I cannot help that right now. So what I'm going to do is put this over this. Very old school. And you got a hammer. And goodness gracious, we don't want to break the glass mat, do we? So let's get rid of the glass mat. That would be just lovely, me hammering away on the glass mat and it shatter. And oh, that would so not be good. Not good. All right. So here we go. I'm going to plop that right over there. And it doesn't take much. There's my hole. I'm going to do it the same thing over here. Look at that. Nice, clean, beautiful holes. Now you have to set the eyelets in it. So I'm going to leave. I lost an eyelet. No, it isn't. It's in there. So that's going to go back here. This little tool, you'll see this almost looks like a little flower. That is what's going to set our eyelet. So here's one. Yeah. Where'd you go? You turned over the wrong direction. There it is. You put that has that little bump right in the center of the eyelet opening, and you're going to hammer all the way down. And then I like to go like so. So one more time. Nope, gotta do it. Maybe I should have hit it better. There we go. Let's see. Oh, so nice. Look at that. All right, old school. I am so glad I found that because this came in so handy just now. I was so excited to find it. My husband's like, don't you have a crocodile? But it's not going to do the trick. So this now will line up with my holes if I've done it correctly. If not, I'm going to be in trouble. Let's see. Here. Let's take a look. Oh my gosh, that's going to work great. Now I am going to have a question. Should I do the same thing on the back? And I'm thinking the answer is yes. So guess what? We need to do this all again because we want it to be really nice, right? It wouldn't look just to have this out there. That just, wouldn't do. So now we got to decide what paper we're going to use for the inside. We already know our front. So what if, I think I have the same, let me pull out my paper here. I wonder if this would be big enough. That's going to be a little too small. Because it needs to be 7. Oh no, this one would. I could do this on the inside. Because I thought that was quite nice. Or I could do that on the inside. Or let's do the purple mountains on the inside. Yeah, let's do that. I'm so excited. All right, purple mountains for the inside. me put the DSP away, open this up. So my DSP needs to be cut to, I think that's going to be awesome. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so this needs to be cut at 7, DSP 7.5. We just reversed it is all. 7.5 by 9 5/8. We took 1/4 of an inch off of this side. I don't want to get rid of the scraps yet because I'm not sure, you know, I might be able to use them. And at 9 5/8, sorry guys, you probably can't see this, but 9 5/8, 9 5/8. Okay, there's that one. Now I need a piece of black, which hopefully carefully you can see on my scraps here. Oh, and more scraps came out and everything just went haywire. Black needs to be 8 by 10 1/8. So let's go to 10 1/8 first. And then cut to 8. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to line it up. We're going to puncture it with the pokey tool. Binder clips. Get it lined up. I don't know if I will get it on here as nicely as I did the other piece on the black, but we'll see. So I'm gonna use my binder clips and then the pokey tool. One, two. Glue time. Okay, because this one is going this way, so our grommets will be on this side of it. So this needs to go down like so. Oh, that's gluey messy. Let's just wipe that off. And guys, I'm just going to go for it. We're going to just put some glue. Try to make a better job of getting the edges. Just pretend you're painting a beautiful canvas. It's whatever your mind desires. And guys, this paintbrush I am using is super old and it is from the dollar store. Or maybe it's older than that. As long as you clean it, it's gonna still be really good for you. So that looks really good. That was faster than last time because now I've kind of got an idea what I'm doing. Bring back our black piece. And bone folder. Ooh, got a little heavy-handed there. This one isn't as lined up as the other one, but it will still look really nice. And I don't have as much glue this time. Perfect. So now we're going to puncture again. Our little holes. Now we have to set it. one. All right. So that one needed 2, probably because there's stuff in it. There. Let's go ahead and remove it. All right, so we need 2 white eyelets. Actually, this one we can use the purple. So that purple or the light purple? The light one is going to be the best choice. That's a dark one. Wonder if I can keep them. If I put a little bit of like washi tape on there, I could do it. Okay, we'll just do one at a time. Get the setter with the little bump there. One more time. Now this inside one, I don't think I am going to, oh, I have a great idea to make a pocket. Okay, look at that. They practically just disappear. Absolutely love it. So we are going to make a tuck pocket for, you know, whatever they do. Let's see. Try not to move too much stuff. Look at this. So we are going to reapply this down at the bottom to make a tuck pocket spot. But I do want this up so there's plenty of room to tuck stuff in there. But isn't that going to be awesome? You won't even see this even though we did the grommet. So what I need to do is cut, make it the same. So start with 1/4 of an inch off this end so it lines up, and then cut it to that 9 5/8. Did I not turn the other one? I'm thinking I didn't. Let me see. I messed up. I'm starting to second guess myself. So 9 5/8 is right there. So this will go on after we glue this down. So this is going to go up on those foam strips like so, and it will be a pocket. Oh my gosh, I absolutely am loving this. So now the time has come to figure out how to glue this thing down, the first one that we made. I have to make sure that I get these holes just so lined up. So what am I going to use? I think, let's use some of these pens. There's one. There's 2. Just to give me a start. Uh-oh, look. Okay, is that going to be right? That is going to be right. Okay, so that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to make sure there that they are just like that in there. So, now we get to glue it down. Now I'm trying to think, this time I want to use tacky glue to glue it down. So we're going to start over here, and then we'll Mod Podge the top. I wonder if I put it on this first. Come on, bottle. I only want to do so much first. I'm going to... It's okay if I get glue on it, because it's going to get glue on there anyways. But I want to make sure it's well covered. Oh, come on. All the way to the edge. That should be enough on there. So where's my pens? All right, now I'm going to remove my marker and shove some more glue in it. Flip it this way and give it a really good rub down. I can see where some of the edges aren't quite where I'd like them, so I'm going to bring my little bit here. And I'm going to add some different glue right underneath the edge. That there is a little need for it up here a little bit. You can see right there is a little spot that didn't get any glue, so we're going to have to put that in there. Now I'm telling you, I can feel a few little like lumps in here, so I'm going to have to really, let's put the cap on the glue, because that would be a catastrophe waiting to happen. why I tried to smooth it out first. I know you guys probably are like, okay, I'm done watching you do this, and that's okay. I just don't want to stop for the moment. So now that this one feels really good, let's add the one on the back. Now I'm just going to look through my holes, and I can see perfectly. I'm not sure if you guys, let me see if I hold this purple bit up. We got that. Can you see? Maybe not. We got it really, really, I am so pleased with how they lined up. So this one, we need to do the same thing. This time, however, I think I can see, I can. So I don't need to put the pins in there because I can see that really well. All right. Again, let's add the glue, right? This time we're going to do the whole thing. Get closer to the edge, maybe. I didn't get so close to the edge there. All right, and where's my spreading spatula doohickey here? It's okay that I'm going off of it because, see, I need more glue there. Definitely need more glue. More glue. Okay, let's do it this way. Let's add, we're going to Mod Podge it all anyways. Let's just add glue to here too as well. Smear it out a little because we don't want to have lumpy bumpies in the album. Now let's plop it down. Find the holes. Maybe I do want to put my needle in there because now I can't find the hole. There. Hole down. Now I can see it. Don't get too stuck there because you're a little wonky. There. Yes. Let's get this glued down all the way. Then I get to glue the lettering down. And I have some spots where there's like some dry glue. I'm going to be able to use a glue eraser to work out some of that little thickness of the glue. I'm so glad that I kept this paper for a purpose. Okay, this needs a little glue in this corner. A little glue. How far does that? Oops. All right, so hand sanitizer time because I got sticky stuff all over me, which I guess you guys can tell. And we're going to clean off that because we won't be using this glue again for a while. All right, now to get some of this glue business off of my paper. I have glue right here. It must be the alcohol in hand sanitizer that removes so much stuff. It's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, what I'm trying to do is I got little bits of like dried, oh, don't want to remove too much of the paper there. So we're going to do the front page with the lettering. And then I'm going to cover it with Mod Podge. And then I have to let it dry and then do the inside. So let's see. Isn't that beautiful? So where's all my letters, my mess that I started? Right here. So I want to show you. You saw those scraps fall out of my little pocket folder. So these are all from scraps that I did my letters with. That's why I love keeping little things like this. So this paper was called Enjoy the Journey. And I thought we could steal the name of the paper and use it as a title for this book. I thought it would be just perfect. So we're going to need tweezers. So we need to now place these. Look how nice that's going to look. Enjoy. I think we'll put the here. Might have to move it down. And then Journey. Wonder if it will fit. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. And 20, I might have to get some black to make that. I might not use the twine. Might have to get some black cording of some kind. Look at that. So we can pull Journey down a bit. Enjoy. I like the 2024 right here. So there. Enjoy the just trying to get placement of where I need to put it. What do you guys think? I think that's fabulous. I really do. Ooh, yes. Okay. So now how am I going to, we're going to start with 2024. Let me move. You can see they're all coming out now. Hold on. Gotta put all of these and all the new scraps back in the slot. Okay. And I need the reverse tweezers because these are awesome. Tammy, thank you. I mean, I had other ones, but they weren't as thin as these. So I need the teeny tiny. And yes, I am going to try to be very careful. Four there, 2 there, 0, and 2. I don't want it all the way to the bottom, but that looks really good. So what do you think about what I'm doing for my daughter and Hank? I mean, it's something I'm hoping they will keep. It's nothing going to be really big and bulky. And I'll be darned, I need a different glue bottle. This one is almost... Okay, I'm going to stick it there upside down. So hopefully... I know I'm being kind of quiet because I'm thinking. My dog Boone, by the way, guys, he is feeling better today. He had cried out several times, and I know he's been in pain, but today he even came and laid out here by me on the ground. He has to have a shirt on and stuff for cover his sutures, but I was like, oh, you appreciate all the stuff I've been doing trying to keep you pain-free, baby. Right now he's sleeping on the back porch in a big old dog bed we have out there. Okay, 2024. Now I'm going to place the Y. I am going to try... Okay, so should I do the Y here? I think so, like right there. Y. Then that's going to give me move Journey over. Yes. So we're going to start with the E, and we're just going to keep moving through the letters of the words. But this, just the front, I really don't need to do the inside, but I'm thinking I will. The front really does need to be covered in Mod Podge to protect it. I'm hoping she takes it with them so she can add little bits here and there to it as they go. And then, because Miss Jissa, my daughter's best friend and Hank's godmother, I have an idea to make a little one. Hopefully I will have enough leftover DSP to make it coordinate. And I just realized that this R has that little bit cut off, but you know what? My daughter is not going to mind. So neither am I. I might recut it, yes. I think I will once I get this done. In fact, I can go ahead and end this, and you guys already don't need to see me do all this. And part 2 I will show you, but I'm going to redo the R and just stick another one on top of it. So with that being said, thank you all for joining me and checking in to see what I am doing. This is it, working on something for a loved one, and I hope that you come back and see me in my Wonderland again soon. Bye bye for now, everybody.